Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Life of Logan YouTube channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're always alerted whenever I drop a new video. And today, I want to talk to you about the importance of listening. Now, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, because listening is so important that you need 2 devices, if you will, to do so. And that's why it's so important to listen to what someone is saying, because oftentimes we listen to react, or we often take things personal. And I understand sometimes it's hard to not take things personal because it kind of hits you. It hits you in a place, and you kind of like feel the need to get defensive and just want to like jump back or just focus on that one particular part of the conversation when a myriad of things have been said. It was a whole slew of comments that were made, but we just gonna focus on that one thing because that's the thing that invoked a reaction out of me. That is the thing that it sparked something in me, and I don't like the way it felt. The one thing that we leave with people is how we made them feel. And that could be good, that could be bad, but that's the one thing that stays with people. It sticks to you. But we need to make sure that we're listening to understand. And sometimes what we need to do is, when we're listening to someone, is maybe kind of like figure out, okay, how does this person like to do it? You know, do you like to be a person who, when you're trying to explain something to you or explain the way something has made you feel, are you the type of person who, like me, because I've had to balance with this from time to time, I just want to get everything out, because I'm the type of person where I will listen to a person's full thought. Like, I won't interject, I won't interrupt. I want to listen to everything that you're saying so I can fully understand what you mean, and then I expect for you to do the same thing when it becomes my time. I didn't stop you, I didn't interrupt you. Please do not do that to me. That's all I ask. But I understand that a lot of people's listening style isn't like that. They want to interject, boom, 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 by point by point. So it's basically just understanding, okay, we're about to have a talk. We're about to have maybe even an uncomfortable conversation. And I love me an uncomfortable conversation, y'all. I love an uncomfortable conversation because I love understanding. But we're about to have an uncomfortable conversation. So with that being said, we're having an uncomfortable conversation, or we're just going to have a pretty deep conversation. We're not going to do surface level stuff. We're about to talk about things that invoke feelings and bring up emotions and maybe bring up past traumas and different things that you've had to deal with. We're doing that. So how do we go about doing it? It's establishing the rules of war, if you will. Okay, do you prefer a person who will just talk, get everything out, get your shit off, if you will, get everything out, and then you get a chance to respond and then also have your say? Or are we going to do this where we interject on points and just establish how we're going to go about communicating? Because you also want to make the environment conducive to where you can speak and feel like you're heard, but you also want to foster an environment where the other person is also feeling like they're heard and they're feeling like they can communicate properly, or at least in the way that they find most effective. You have to establish that. And the most important thing is, any kind of conversation is just getting an understanding. Now, you can get an understanding from something that someone has said to you. You can understand, like, you better understand, like, okay, cool, I understand this is what made this person react that way. Just because you understand something, or you understand, doesn't mean that you necessarily agree with it, but you understand, like, okay, cool. Because oftentimes the reactions that we spark or bring out of people, they don't have anything to do with us per se. They have something to do with the things that a person has been through that maybe they haven't told us. Or it could be miscommunication. Things are always taken the wrong way. And it's not just through text message. People will say it's just through text message. It's sometimes you could be looking a person right in the eyes and you could say something and they will hear something totally different. And it's like, that's not anything close to what I said, but okay. And it's about understanding. It's about listening to understand. Again, 2 ears, 1 mouth. I know you may think that what you have to say is important. Yeah, it is, but it's not as important as listening, because if you're not actually listening to what a person has said to you, then what are you really responding to? You're just responding out of emotion. And as we know, when we do things out of emotion, we're reactionary, we are irrational, and that often leads to more problems than what it'll fix. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Life of Logan YouTube channel. Again, if you like what I do around here, please like, comment, share the video. Helps with the algorithm, helps make me a YouTube superstar, which I know you all want to do. You all want to be a part of the budgeting community of the Life of Logan, of your favorite verbose, velvet, vibes giving YouTuber. Also, don't forget that I do host a podcast on all the podcasting platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Castbox, Spreaker, wherever you find podcasts, you'll find the Life of Logan podcast there. It airs every Saturday. I'll leave a couple of links in the show notes as well, so check that out. The podcast, support the podcast and support the YouTube page. And if you don't, we'll support one of them at least. If you don't, I'm inclined to believe that you are some type of hater. I have been looking at the statistics on these videos, looking at the audience, and I've noticed that it's about 50-50. It's about 51% people have subscribed and they've watched the videos, and it's like 49% of y'all that haven't or whatever. And what are you doing? You already watching the video. The subscribe button is somewhere down there. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop one of these, because you do not want to miss out. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.